Hey,
Good to see you, brother.
good,
Hello,
man, always
hello.
good to be seen. Look at you, sir. How you doing?
Good,
So
Hey,
good, good.
by the way, I was
we're
Oh, we're
what's
live.
live,
today,
brother. We're
Monday?
live.
Okay.
See, this is what happens when you get all your elected officials together. We just really love each other in Southeast Queens. Everybody is excited to be in each other's company, and I'm excited to have all of you here and be a part of this program tonight. So guess what, family? Southeast Queens moves, turns two. Woo! And the crowd goes wild. So for those who don't know what this is about, let me just explain a little bit. And we're going to have people coming in and participating throughout the community. I'm joined by two of the individuals who have been helping to drive this initiative every single week with me since its inception. And it was a conversation that I had with one of our elected officials saying we have to do something to keep ourselves honest. Well, let me just speak for me. I needed to keep myself honest with making sure that I was moving. I'd rather watch other people work out and the weight fall off of me. Guess what? That didn't work out too well. That you actually have to move something. And you know, when our registered dietitian, faith-based dietitian that I love so much speaks, she will talk about the correlation between moving and even the diet that you have. It's 80% what you eat. We'll get into that later. And 20% moving. But moving helps you to really be in a position where you can mitigate these underlying conditions that are killing our community. COVID 19, nobody expected to see what we saw in COVID 19. It was beyond any of our wildest expectations. But what it did raise in April of 2019, I reached out to one elected and it turned into two. And then I said, let me call everybody and just ask them if they would be willing to be a part of this initiative, if they would be willing to support getting our community moving. This is something that was a labor of love to just start the conversation because every one of our elected officials worked tirelessly in our community to advocate for our resources, to be a part of all of the programming that they provide in order to give us a healthy, financially stable, well educated children, seniors that are cared for, and they battle day in and day out on the floors of our New York State Senate, our New York State Assembly, our New York State City Council, and one of the most important down in DC with our very own Representative Meek. So we're going to kick off this celebration of 2 years of moving as a community, making sure that we're advocating for the health and wellness of every single citizen of Southeast Queens. So the congressman, as always, is busy on the road taking care of business, but he wanted to make sure that he sent a message to us today so that we can underscore the importance of our health. And I want to thank, and I'm going to thank each of them individually as I introduce them and speak for the time that they have put into being here tonight. So let's go ahead and listen to this message from our Congressman Gregory Meek. So let me make sure that the video is playing for us. I tell you, doing standby, and here we go.
Southeastern Queens, Congressman Gregory Meeks here. You know, it's been at least 2 years since we joined the grant, as well as our people's dietitian, Elizabeth Madison, and all of the local elected leaders of Southeastern Queens to get our community moving, to lose pounds, to stay healthy. Now, we want to check on you to make sure that you're still moving. So we want you to make sure that you're moving at least 30 minutes every Tuesday and Thursday. Now you can choose to run outdoor, walk outdoor, do the treadmill, any aerobic exercise. It's whatever you decide. And after you complete your exercise, we want you to do a video or a selfie and post it with the hashtag SEQ Moves. And then tag me at Rep Gregory Meeks and also tag at SEQ Moves. We can stay healthy and we can do it together as a community. It's just that simple. So, hey, Al Green said, let's stay together. I say, let's move together.
Thank you so much to our Congressman Gregory Meeks that represents Southeastern Queens. We thank him for being the leader of the work that happens each and every day, some of the work that we take for granted as a community that he is advocating for each and every day. So I'm so grateful to Congressman Meeks for his continued support. And I love that. Like Al Green, let's not just stay together, let's move together. We're going to have to quote the congressman on that. And now I'm excited to introduce another one of our tireless public servants, our Queens District Attorney, none other than Miss Melinda Katz. Thank you so much, DA Katz, for making time to be here. The microphone is yours. Oh, we need you to unmute. Uh-oh.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for gathering all of us about exercise and working and moving and making sure we stay healthy during this pandemic. I want to thank all your elected officials that are on the call. If I start naming people, I will get in trouble. But it has not been an easy year for the legislature. They are getting work done, even though many of them have to Zoom in and go up to Albany. And also in the council. But Stacey, Dr. Grant, I just want to thank you. I, as a mother of two, as a single mom who's raising a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I don't mind telling your viewers, a 55-year-old single mother who's raising a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, the idea of exercise, the idea of making sure we stay healthy. I will tell you that my sons, and just so your viewers know this, had issues with their eyes because of the iPads and because of the computers. And they ended up, one of them ended up having to get glasses the last few months. The other one already had glasses. And I think that's really crucial to watch out for as well. It has been a long year. It has been an emotional year for so many. And it's not just about, our health. It's about a worldwide pandemic. It's about a national conversation on how we police in the United States of America that was so long overdue and stood on the shoulders of generations of those activists that came before us. In my job, bail laws have changed twice. Discovery laws changed. We now have legalized marijuana. We have a bunch of changes that are important, I think, to start reaching equity and start reaching some sort of balance. And so, look, I just wanted to come on. I think during the time of COVID, it's important to remember to still check on people. We're still not there yet. We still need to wear our masks. We still need to get vaccinated. We still need to get tested before we go see our especially elderly parents and all that goes with it. We need to make sure that we are keeping others healthy as well. I will only tell you that and send out two messages, which is that we in our office have a domestic violence hotline because of COVID and because it's hard to report. It's 286-4410, 286-4410. And if I might take one extra minute, Dr. Grant, I want to also warn everybody of a scam that is going on in Queens. It is an elder fraud scam. Someone calls you and says, I have your grandson. He needs bail money, or it's someone saying they're your grandson, and the phone is going back and forth, and you can't really hear them. Please send me money, Grandma. I need it to get out of jail. And so I just wanted to point out those two, scams that are going on every day in our borough. In addition to the important work we're doing of getting guns off the street and gangs, we're also trying to lift our kids up with education and with crisis management and cure violence and everything that goes with that, and divert people from ever seeing the inside of our courtroom, because that's when streets will be the safest that there is. So stay healthy. Hopefully the kids will be back in school next year safely. And for now, let's just keep each other in our prayers and make sure that we all continue to take precautions against this virus. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DA Katz. We know that you arrange all of you to be here tonight for a few minutes to hop in and hop off. So as our electeds are given the grace to go back and do what they do and even catch their breath, because in COVID, the lines are blurred, like you're working 24 hours a day and no one gives you a break to stop and catch your breath and be with your family, your children. So we are not going to keep you long, but DA Katz, we thank you for your words as well. And it's a lot, even for moms, and just sharing that, you know, 2-parent households are having a hard time, single parent households, grandparents raising children. So this is real, and health and wellness is the only way we can stay sane. Like moving literally helps you stay sane. It helps you to deal with the mental health challenges that all of us have experienced due to this pandemic. So thank you so much. And we are going to move on to our next speaker today. But before we do that, I want to thank those of you that are tuning in online. Share this, especially if you're a resident of Southeast Queens. Share this in our Black Resources Network. We're going to shout them out. Laurelton Farmers Market, one of our partners there with Diana Rose. We have Elizabeth Madison here, and Captain Nadira Brown, retired Army captain. So we thank her for her service. She does the Tuesday challenges. And let me just tell you, this is about community. Our goal is to create a resource directory for Southeast Queens, that every health food store, every practitioner, every trainer, every resource that we can pull together for health and wellness. And shout out to the Queens Girls Trek with Simone Meeks that I walk with, to our Faithpreneur Fitness Initiative. It's all about how do we pull everybody together. There's no competition in SEQ Moves. It's how do we raise and amplify the voices and opportunities for us to be healthy. Not everyone is going to resonate with everything. Captain Brown does some challenges, honey, that if I can get half a plank in, I'm happy. So you have to work with who you can work with. We have fitness centers, but the goal is for us to be healthy. So thank you so much, Ms. Prasad, tuning in. We have Dr. Eanes from York College. What she doesn't know is that we're going to be leaning on York College to give us some interns to help us with social media and the website so we can really build out this community initiative. It's 2 years old, so the baby is just starting to crawl. So we need all the arms and legs of our elected officials to help support us with the resources so that we can keep Queens healthy. So we're going to move into New York State Senator Leroy Comrie. Then we're going to come over to a recorded message from New York State Senator James Sanders. And then we're going to make sure that our councilman is working out. He's literally working out in real time with a group of kids. So we want to give him a chance to do that before he has to jump off. So Senator Leroy Comrie, one of the people that I go to with every idea, and he never tells me I'm crazy. So I appreciate you, New York State Senator Leroy Comrie. You're up next. The mic is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Grant, for putting this together and creating this idea. And I would never say no to someone that has such great ideas and such community spirit and is always looking to give back to our community in such a positive way and in such a wonderful manner. So as Southeast Queens Move turns the second year, I want to just congratulate you for keeping it going and pivoting during the pandemic to make sure that people are working virtually. You and Sister Madison have pivoted well during the pandemic to make sure that nutritional information and opportunities are going out to people, that people can understand that they can be fit even if they're stuck indoors. So, I want to thank you both and encourage you to keep doing everything that you're doing. Hopefully it'll motivate me better soon. I need to get better at the motivation. But once we get out of budget, I'm going to start meeting with our Councilmember Miller and Adrian Adams, who never ages, to continue to work on getting healthier, because I enjoy opportunities to engage and interface with the entire community. I enjoy the opportunities that our Southeast Queens Moves has done. It has impacted a lot of people, and as we continue to work with all of the partners that are existing now and the partners to come, we're going to make sure, as Councilmember Miller likes to say, we're on a mission to make Southeast Queens the healthiest area in the city. So it's going to take a lot of work from all of us and a bit more work from myself, but we're going to get it done for all of us. So I'm actually got to jump because we are still fooling around with budget. Assemblymember Anderson and myself in the state Senate. We still have meetings. We will probably be up until 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to lock down and finish this budget because it's important. But there's some good things coming in the budget. We are going to be able to expunge people's records that were on misdemeanor marijuana charges. We're going to get more money for cure violence programs. There's going to be dedicated money to youth programs coming out of sports betting money that's going to happen. We're also getting dedicated money to make sure that we do other things in our communities as well. And definitely focusing around making sure that we can make our communities to help those that are in most need and to help those that are going through issues with poverty, going through issues with health, and especially going through issues with employment. So I just want to thank all of you for being such great partners on the Southeast Queens move, and also great partners in the community, because without you guys, our community wouldn't thrive. So thank you all for being part of this. Happy 2nd anniversary. I look forward to being out there in one of those walks real soon. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Get vaccinated, please. Everybody get vaccinated so we can go back to hugging each other. Thank you.
Yes, and you know I missed the hug, so thank you so much, New York State Senator Leroy Comrie. Go on back to budget.
And the beard is coming off after budget.
But it looks good. I like the look on you.
I can't hang with it. I can't. All right. Take care, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Senator. We appreciate you. So I'm going to give Councilman Danique Miller an opportunity because he's patiently waiting to jump into the exercise routine with a group of kids. So he's doing this in real time. And then we have a message from New York State Senator James Sanders that we will play and then take it over to Assemblymember Anderson, one of our newest Assembly members in Southeast Queens, and my girl, one of the newest Assembly women, New York City Council women, our own Selvita Brooks Powers. I'm so excited. But of course, my sister, Councilwoman Adrienne Adams, will be speaking first. We know we're going to make sure that I just love you all. I don't know about everybody else in the country, but Southeast Queens is where it's at. We have the best public servants ever. We do it unified. It's not about one person. It's collectively. How do we make sure our community grows? So, Councilman Danique Miller, over to you.
Dr. Grant, am I off mute?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So it's such a pleasure to be here this evening, Southeast Queens Move. This is, man, we have been so many working collaboratively to make sure, as the Senator said, that I have challenged all 50 of my colleagues over the past 8 years that New York City, that the 27th and Southeast Queens was going to be the healthiest district in the entire city. And I believed in it, and Dr. Madison knows that we've worked toward it. How do we do that? Access to healthcare, then making sure that we had somewhere to go to healthcare infrastructure to support us. Access to exercise, being outdoors, outdoor space, access to healthy foods. And these are all the things that we didn't just talk about it, that we really worked towards making sure that we could bring these opportunities to our community. So much so when we went to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, and they had all the reasons why they couldn't come into the greater Jamaica area and provide service, we went out and created our own healthy model, right? And so really excited about what we're about, the ventures that we're about to see with Black farmers and others that are going to bring healthy and organic foods right here to Southeast Queens. So what we have learned over the past year is that we needed to find a coping mechanism. We needed to be able to get out of the house and exercise and get out of the house and just balance ourselves. I know for me, after a couple of months of folks that were living outside of the home, coming home and all the challenges that we had, you had to find a way to achieve that balance. For me, it was getting out and it was walking. 30 minutes a day and then an hour and then sometimes 2 and then walking wasn't enough and it was hiking and what we were able to do in this moment of crisis that created that real balance. And so for me, it's great that I get an opportunity to walk through the community and see the neighborhood a couple of times a week past my congressman and his missus as they are doing the same. But then we go a couple of times a week and we explore different parks throughout Queens and the area there, and just get it going. And so exercise has been really important. It's been really important for me. And I will say that I just put the buds in, and it's got beyond just going out and getting a half an hour in, whatever. And I'll do a hearing. I'll do meetings. In fact, if you're meeting with me, it would behoove you to meet with me while I'm walking and my spirit is good and I'm probably down by the water somewhere, and you're more apt to get what you want than me getting locked behind the desk and dealing with those challenges there. But in all seriousness, this is about balance. This is about us being better and being able to address all of those pre-existing conditions that made us so susceptible to COVID-19. And so for me, I thought that, we had some semblance of a healthy lifestyle, but we knew what we knew in the moment of this crisis, that we even had to step that up. And so between diet and exercise, it allows me to achieve the balance that's necessary to really serve the community in the way that they deserve. The other thing about this and walking and running through the community and exercising, and I'm outside of Majority Baptist, their gymnasium, and we had a bunch of young people who are actually who we play ball with and train. And but the big part is to be able to lead by example. And there's a reason why the folks that are on the line, my colleagues in government, are talking about a healthy lifestyle, is because we really strive to live a healthy lifestyle, and we want to lead by example. And so if I'm walking through the neighborhood, running through the neighborhood, I'm hoping to inspire the community to do the same. And so Assembly Member, I shouted you out on Sunday because I was on the boardwalk, and I was hoping that you can join me as we walk along there. I stepped off onto the sand and couldn't get back up, so caused me to walk about an extra 2 miles, but it was all worth it. And I say that to say that there's so much to experience as we do that. And once you get that physical being in place, it allows you to do all the other things that you hope to accomplish, to really allows your mind and your spirit to follow. And so
Thank you.
Please take advantage of the moment. And as before I leave you guys, I want to introduce you to some young folks that are here and from the community. And
your signal is breaking up a little bit, Councilman, but we can see the kids, and we are.
Can you see? I'm 96 again.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Awesome.
Okay, so this is I'm excited about our young folks that are here and being trained.
All right,
so,
Councilman.
Love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Love you.
Before we get started, before I leave you, we are going to start once again our walk from our office, along with the Senator's office. We're going to be starting in 2 weeks. And so please look out for the e-newsletters with all the information. And we'll be gathering and we'll be designing different walks every Saturday. And for those who want to walk during the week too, we'll take all comers. And so look forward to continued work. Once again, congratulations to Southeast Queens Moves, because Southeast Queens is moving. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings, family.
Thank you, Councilman. We love you. So as we can see, we have our councilman real time out here with the kids doing the work. That's what it's about, and I love it. I do want to just interrupt our order so that I can give Assemblyman Anderson and Assemblyman Vanell an opportunity to get back into session, and then we'll go over to Councilwoman Adams. Is that okay, Councilwoman? Do you have enough time? I want to make sure that, okay, we appreciate you. All right. So Assemblyman Anderson, one of our newest assembly members in Southeast Queens, Assemblyman Khalil Anderson, we are so proud of you and to see how you jump right in day one on the job to start advocating for your community. So we're going to turn the mic over to you right now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Grant, and to everyone who's on the call this afternoon. Or this evening, rather. Man, when you've been in the office all day, you don't know what time of day it is. But I'm so excited that Southeast Queens Moved is 2 years old today, and we celebrate that anniversary because the reality is in Southeast Queens, movement is life, and I've been on the move back and forth between Southeast Queens and Albany, reviewing the state budget and fighting to make sure we bring more resources back home to the district. So I'm excited to get back into districts and move around with our community and with our leaders so that we can promote a healthier life and a healthier eating style for our community. So I'm super excited to be here tonight. I want to make sure that Southeast Queens has access to healthy resources. I see our sister here, Diana Rose, who's doing the work with Laurelton Farmers Market and the other farmers markets that she's expanding to across Southeast Queens. So we're super excited for that because that promotes healthy eating here in Southeast Queens. But the reality is also, too, healthy foods, healthy habits, healthy alternatives leads to a healthy lifestyle. It's a holistic sense that allows our community to be uplifted, not just in times of hardship, but also uplifted in times of unity and space when we need to be a community one is together. And I want to also shout out Black Resource Network as well, who's doing the work, who distributed food with Laurelton Farmers Market folks to provide healthy eating alternatives. The work is here. We want to thank our folks in mutual aid who are doing the critical work of getting healthy food and alternatives to our community. And we want to understand that healthy eating is not just a lifestyle, but it's also a space to help you keep physically active. It's a space to help address underlying conditions like diabetes and hypertension that leads to heart disease in our communities. And these are the underlying conditions that made our community weaker in the face of COVID-19. So we want to make sure that we eat healthy. We want to make sure that we follow this lifestyle so that our communities could fight back against the next virus or outbreak that may or may not happen in our communities. We have to arm ourselves with healthy eating alternatives. We're growing stronger post-COVID, and we want to boost the average life expectancy by eating healthy and by practicing a healthy lifestyle. Again, healthy foods, healthy habits, healthy alternatives lead to a healthy lifestyle. And I'm so, so grateful that we're coming together as Southeast Queens Moves to really encourage that work. So again, I want to thank my colleagues. I want to thank you for your leadership, Dr. Grant, for bringing this organization 2 years in. I want to thank the people's dietitian, Elizabeth Madison. Thank you so much for being here. And to all the amazing partners who are on the call tonight, I'm going to jump back into session and finish voting on your budget here so we can bring those resources home. Thank you so much. I see Clyde. Let me allow you, Dr. Grant, to kick it over to my fellow assembly colleague.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Assemblyman. We appreciate you and we thank you. See, they're taking time out, literally on the floor, doing the work, jumping in. So we're going to hear some pre-recorded from two others. But Assemblyman Vanell, we're going to allow you to go ahead so you can get back into session as well. Thank you for being a part of SEQ Moves. And, we bump into each other every now and then in Cambria, getting our move on. So over to you, Assemblyman.
First of all, I feel like singing the Tony song. It's our anniversary, right? So this is the 2-year, but I can't sing, but this is the 2-year anniversary of SEQ Moves. And this movement is that. It's a movement. So what does that mean? Yes. So sometimes I see Dr. Stacey Grant and sometimes out in the streets early in the morning. And sometimes she don't want to do it. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but we do. We push through. what could I say about Sister Madison? Man, in the gym, when she is in the gym, so sometimes in the mornings, early in the mornings, in the gyms, Sister, Elizabeth Madison, when she is in the gym, get out the way. She don't play. She lives it. And how she also teaches us how to live, how to eat. Thank you for all the work that you do, Sister Madison. I don't know what to say about Diana Rose. First of all, I love your hairstyle. I love your hair. Oh my God, I didn't see this new hairstyle. But part of what we're doing here is not Southeast Queens Moves is not just rhetoric. It's actually what putting in practice. And eating healthy, working out, moving is a decision that you make every day. And sometimes you're gonna fall off. Sometimes it ain't gonna be right, but it's about trying to, have good habits and have people to help you stay accountable. During this pandemic, when my office, when we were working, we felt kind of down at a certain point. And I know Councilwoman Adams can attest to this. We were trying to help the community, trying to reach out, and our spirits were down in our office. And I told folks, we had to make a challenge with ourselves, with our own office, to make sure that we stay active, that we go out there, that we walk. I even did a planking challenge to see who could plank the longest, but just to make sure that, just to show that we need to stay active and work on this. And what I love about this movement is how we speak about ourselves. We can speak power to ourselves, we can speak our truths, or we can speak negatively about ourselves. I'm tired of hearing us say, people, black and brown folks don't work out, blah, blah, blah. If you speak that becomes truth. That is not true. Right? We are people that we make sure that we can work to eat better, and to have better food, and to have better habits, and to work out. Some of us, our people live very long. And so it's very important for us to make sure that we have a lifestyle that takes care of that and handles that. That's why I love this effort. And if I want to impart anything, look, it's difficult. It's difficult to stay motivated. Work with people to help you stay motivated. You're not going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to cheat. You don't eat, healthy every day, but we all got to get better, and we're all on this journey together, and let's work on it together. Dr. Grant, thank you for putting this together. Thank you for keeping us honest and helping us be our best selves, right? I'm not competing to be better than somebody else or what have you. I'm just trying to be a better Clyde. I'm trying to get to my high school weight. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay? That's all.
Really?
I can't, but that's it. Just compete with yourself. Be a better self. Be better than you were yesterday. And that's all we can ask for.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Assemblyman Vannell. We appreciate you. We know you're jumping back into session. Thank you so much for being here. We love you, and thank you for all that you do.
Good seeing everybody.
All right, we're going to keep it moving. And I thank you all for tuning in. If you're listening and you're getting some motivation, don't be stingy. Share this broadcast. Share it with someone who just needs to be reminded. I can't wait to introduce our new councilwoman. She'll be shocked to know I've been eating a raw diet and doing a cleanse. Did you see her face? She was like, what? Because she knows how I get down, and it's a new day in America. But it's about making sure that we are healthy. So I want to pause to play one more video from another one of our elected officials who is doing just what we saw when it comes to the budget and making sure that we can have the resources that are necessary.
Greetings. So Southeast Queens is moving, and I am so glad to be here with Southeast Queens Moves. My friends, we have been hit by two different pandemics. We have been hit with the pandemic, of course, of COVID-19, which has taken many of our friends and family out. But we have been ongoing dealing with a pandemic of 400 years, the pandemic of racial inequality and racism. I am glad that we have an organizations like Southeast Queens Moves, and with dynamic people like Dr. Stacey Grant. I'm glad that we are turning our time and attention to the wealth, health, and wellness of our community. We have to focus on these 3 areas if we're going to move forward. I am State Senator James Sanders Jr., and I am here to recommit myself with you to struggle with these 2 pandemics, to make sure that our minds are going towards freedom. And if you get your mind, if you free your mind, the rest of you will follow. And I understand that. So I'm glad to be here. I compliment you. 2 years, go for it. And we're going strong. And the next 2 are going to be fantastic. And the next after that, until finally we have the beloved community that we really need. I commend you all. I commend everybody who has honored us with their presence. And I commend all of us to focus toward the future. God bless you all.
That was our New York State Senator, James Sanders, and we thank him for sending his message over. And we're going to play one more. But before we do that, I promised my dear friend and Councilwoman Adrienne Adams that she would be next because she too is multitasking and she's had so much on her plate. But I love her so, a true friend, true sister, true representative of Black Girl Magic. I'm so glad that you are here. So we're going to turn the microphone over to you, Councilwoman.
Oh, Dr. Grant. Always excited to see you, my beautiful sister. The work that you've done is exemplary. And happy 2nd anniversary Southeast Queens Moves. You know, you've inspired us over the years to do what it is that we know that we should be doing. Those that are watching this, if you know that you haven't been doing it, you need to get on board and Southeast Queens Move with us because we move. You know, it's so great to see Dr. Madison. You know, you've inspired me over the years with the healthy eating tips and all those great things. Our wonderful partners, Captain Nadira Brown, for making us move with the challenges. And of course, Diana Rose, my goodness, what you've brought to Laurelton is just, we need to expand that, needless to say. But we'll talk some more about how we want to do that way across the board in Southeast Queens. Thank you so much. I love seeing the sisters do this. You know, we really don't talk as much as we should about the power of the sisterhood. Or the sisters in the hood, shall we say. So look at this body right now and the accomplishments of this beautiful sister team. I'm so happy to join you and join my colleagues and our community partners here tonight and calling on our community members. Renew your focus on health and creating a healthy lifestyle because we know that the pandemic has exposed the disparities that exist in our communities. We are much more likely to suffer serious consequences from the coronavirus, so we have to combat the coronavirus. You know, it won't surprise you that these disparities are no coincidence. In fact, they're a result of years of disinvestment and a stem from lack of access to quality health care in our communities. Many of our neighborhoods, food deserts, we all know that. Sister Madison and Diana, we know our communities are food deserts, and our neighborhoods don't have supermarkets, quality supermarkets like other communities have. We don't have quality farmers markets like other communities have, or other infrastructure that do support healthy eating. As a matter of fact, when I was chairperson of Community Board 12, we rallied around Trader Joe's. We keep hearing the Trader Joe's, bring them in. They refused to come. You know what we got instead on Guy Brewer? What we fought for and came anyway? Checkers across the street from our middle school, which we fought to make sure it didn't happen. The power of our voices were powerless in bringing in what we knew was best for our communities. Instead, we got the fast food because they figured that's what they want, that's what they eat, and that's what they like. Well, I'm here to tell you and testify that Southeast Move says no. We move against that. We move in the health space. We move into healthy space, and we move into we plan to be here for a very, very long time space. You know, Senator Comrie said that I don't age. Well, I do, you know, like everyone else's, but I do have tips. Because this machine takes work. It takes well oil. It takes good oil to oil these machines. So I'm going to let you in on some of my tips. I hydrate very well. I drink water all day long. So if the skin looks good, it's because of the water and the hydration that I take in. It's because I limit fried foods in my diet. It's because I love greens. I love them whether they're cooked, whether they're steamed. I especially love them salads. Yes, we love our salads. So we eat healthy. Green is good. Green is good, not just for our less gas emissions, but greens are good for this body. All right, so get your greens in. I'm also a big fan over the years of boosting my immune system. So in the midst of COVID, guess what? We've been in the space of people that have had coronavirus. I am one who has taken supplements for over 20 years. I have taken sometimes more than twice a day, we're on right now, twice a day still, omega-3, vitamin D3, CoQ10, vitamin C, ginger, echinacea. I could go on and on and on and on. So this body is well oiled. The immune system keeps up with good, fresh, healthy oil. Even when I'm not in the space where I can be outdoors to move where I want to move, I've got stairs in my house and I go up and down those stairs multiple times during the day when I am Zooming and in between Zooms. So you best to believe the healthy body stays healthy and the machine stays well oiled. I bless you all with the well oil of healthy. Dr. Stacy, all of my sisters in the healthy power struggle. Let's keep on moving. Don't forget, do not forget to take a video and post hashtag Southeast Queens, tag at Southeast Queens Move for your benefit, for your sustenance, and the sustenance of your great community. Let's keep moving, Southeast Queens. Love you.
Oh, we love you. We love you. That was a drop the mic. I said, hold on, we about to go to church. You preaching today. That was a good word, Councilwoman Adams. We love you and we thank you for that. That is the tip that everybody, you saved somebody's life tonight. You want to look like that when you get to a certain age. Drink that water, use the oil, eat right, and move something. Woo! We need an offering plate. Thank you so much, Councilwoman Adams. We love you. I know if you have to jump off, we appreciate you being here. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right. Well, we are here until 8 p.m. That's the goal. So we have about 15 more minutes left. And we have been joined by another one of my dear friends. And, you know, Selvina, darling, Councilwoman, we're going to ask you to just hang out a little longer. That's what happens when it's a real girlfriend, right? That's how we do. But we have to celebrate you in your new role. But our Queensborough president, my dear brother, I am so proud to be able to call him a friend, but not just because of that. What he's doing from day one on the job. This is what leadership looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our historic Queensborough president, Donovan Richards. Woo!
Thank you.
Welcome.
Y'all let a man on this line tonight?
There were a couple. You missed all the others. You missed everybody. You
Listen,
missed
I am listen, I'm going to be honest. Like, I just came back and we took Donovan to Sesame Street and I was eating like everything this whole weekend. So I am in no fashion or form going to tell people how to eat or judge them today. But what I will say is that now that I'm back, I'm getting back into fighting shape by cutting down on carbs. Miss Elizabeth told me I cannot stay on the keto diet too long, so I'm not doing that. But I am eating my veggies, so I'm going to have some calamari with some fish in a little while. I just got in. But I just really wanted to come by to say thank you. I see Diane on. I see so many good folks on tonight. You know, this is such an important subject, you know, especially coming out of this pandemic where we know firsthand that one of the reasons we had a bigger experience, we lost more folks, was because of underlying conditions, right? So health and wellness is key. I mean, I'm looking at this from a more macro view because we need to make sure that there's more access to fresh food and fruits. We're building out more open space, more farms in our communities. And also, you know, one of the things I'm proud of, and Selvina just actually worked on this coming in, is, you know, we're looking at expanding initiatives across across Queens, like the Fresh Initiative, which incentivizes, even when developers come into our neighborhood, it incentivizes them to actually focus in on supermarkets and access to fresh food and fruits in which we know in our communities, we largely have a lot of fast food chains in a lot of neighborhoods, and we need to focus more on this healthy eating. I am very proud of what I'm starting to see, though. Some good examples of this is along Sylvina's district now. You're seeing restaurants open like a live kitchen right in our backyard, and people should know about these institutions who are focusing, and they're young folks running this too, which also makes me proud. But also these institutions that are really focusing and moving us in a new direction here in Southeast Queens, even as we focus on the bigger things like more healthcare access, investment in our hospitals and institutions. These are all key strategies as we try to come out of this pandemic stronger. And what I will always say is people are like, we need to return back to normalcy and get back to normal. And that's not the answer. The answer is that we should not get back to normal. We need to think about things differently. We all have started to reimagine our communities, even through this pandemic. But now, how do we reevaluate our own lifestyles? What are we eating? What are we putting in our systems? And like I said, I'm here to judge no one, but I am here to say that I support this initiative wholeheartedly, and we need to keep Southeast Queens on the move. We are on the move, let's be clear, but we need to be more on the move. And one thing I'll just end in saying I'm very encouraged about is when I get up in the morning, although I need to start getting back in the park and doing my morning walks and stuff, is on Francis Lewis Boulevard, you will see people walking up and down this whole stretch from night to morning. And it's really fascinating to see our senior citizens, young people, utilizing this stretch as a way to get some exercise. And also, we know that walking also helps with mental health too, getting that fresh air as well. So I look forward to supporting you, continuing to work with you in any ways we can be supportive. We're here. We got a lot of work to do, y'all. We have a lot of work to do. This pandemic shows where the gaps are, where the gaps need to be filled, and where we need to see the investments. And we need to see a lot more of that in our community. So thank you for having me. And I know Sylvina is already picking up the mantle. She's going to bring home all the money we need to get all of these things accomplished as well, because she's already showing City Hall that she doesn't take no for an answer. So I want you to know we have great leadership in her. And thank you, Ms. Madison. I think I saw you jogging up here the other day, right off of Franny Lou near Cambria Park. Was that you? Okay. I don't mess with people when they're in their zones, but because I know it's mental, you had your hoodie on, you were going. I like, that's Miss Madison. But thank you for being a shining example of where we need to go. And thank you to my sister, Stacy, always for bringing us together. Thank you for your leadership. You know how I feel about you and your husband and your family. Love y'all. And we're here in any way we can be supportive. So thank you for having me.
Of course, my borough president. Thank you. Love you, my brother. Appreciate you. We'll let you go back to family because, you have
D3 burning the house down behind me. Huh? I just got in. He's already on 1,000, but I'm going to go and do some time.
Yeah, we're going to let you go be a dad, but thank you for all you do for the borough of Queens and representing every single neighborhood, every single interest, every single piece of legislation that you encourage with all of our elected officials for resources in our community. The borough of Queens is grateful for your leadership, and thank you so much. Kiss my baby for me and give my sister my love. All right.
Thank you. Good to see you.
All right. Okay, family, we appreciate you being patient. We're coming down to the last two remarks from our elected officials, and then you're going to meet some of the partners. I don't do anything alone. My middle name is collaboration. So if you're not collaborating with somebody, I don't know what's wrong with you. But our Assemblywoman Hyman wanted to send a message.
Hi, I'm Assemblymember Alicia Hyman, and I hope you join my colleagues, Stacey Grant and Elizabeth Madison, and all of the Southeast Queens residents for Southeast Queens Moves. That's right, there are 7 days in a week, and all we're asking for just 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, that you move for 30 minutes. Make health your priority. So we're not asking you to do more, just not less than 2 days a week of moving for 30 minutes. Remember, health is wealth. Thank you.
And we thank our Assemblywoman for making time. She literally was filming that while in the middle of the budget. And, that's what I love about the support of all of our elected officials here in Southeast Queens. This is a collaborative effort. Everything that we do, our goal is to work with one another and to make sure that the community is better because of all of this excellent leadership that we have. We're a good role model for the rest of the country. Hello, somebody needs to do an expose on Southeast Queens. Maybe that's me. Somebody give me money. But now I get to introduce our newest councilwoman. I'm like bursting at the seams. When it's your girlfriend, when it's somebody that you know, tried and true. She had a battle, but God covered her in the battle. Don't let me get started and stirred up. But she is covered. She made it. She is our new councilwoman. I am so excited to introduce to some and to reacquaint with others and let me say, I love saying this, councilwoman Selvina Brooks Powers. The mic is yours, sis.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stacey Grant. And first, let me say to everyone, to have someone in your life, like you need a Stacey in your life. And I remember meeting Stacey back in 2013, and just her energy was captivating. And I was like, I need Stacey in my life. And it was God that put us back together on the JFK redevelopment program. And our bond has been growing and strengthening ever since. And this is just another testament of why you need a Stacey in your life. Someone that is encouraging you, and that is, I think I saw in the chat, just having someone be an accountability partner. Because in our community, oftentimes, and it's been said a number of times by some of my colleagues, in our community, we have a lot of underlying conditions in terms of our health. And we don't talk about this enough. We don't promote this enough. And there has been a shift that has been happening in Southeast Queens that I've been so delighted to see from many different stakeholders and partners in the community, including my sister, Diana Rose, who I love deep. That's someone who, when I heard her vision for the Laurelton Farmers Market, I was like, yep, sign me up. Whatever you need me to do. What you need me to write something? I got it. Let me do my lane, but however I can help, because I know how much our community will benefit from it. The access to quality health food is so critically important, because the best medicine is actually the food that we take in. That is the best medicine beyond the prescription drugs. And I've always been pretty healthy, thank God, knock on wood. I'm not one to really take medicine, but I am a pescatarian. I actually stopped eating chicken at 5 years old, and I stopped eating red meat shortly thereafter. And I've been like this whole time. And don't get it twisted, because I'm small. That doesn't mean, being small doesn't mean healthy. And I've learned that in my journey as well. I suffer from high cholesterol, which is hereditary. And so it was about, do you get medicine to address it, or do you work out to address it? And what I found is, once I started working out, my cholesterol naturally came down, and I didn't have to take any medicine for it. And so that's an element of understanding how our body responds to good nutrition as well as exercising. And that combination helps to keep us healthy. And in the time such as now, where the district that I now serve is the second deadliest district, or zip code rather, for COVID-19, you know, we look at our community, we look at the health of our community. And this is why I've been so passionate about encouraging and supporting initiatives that really promote healthy lifestyle, because I want to see us add years onto our life cycle. And we should be doing that and be accountability partners to our friends and families as well. You know, even with my husband, when I make my appointment for my annual checkup, I'm making it for him as well, because we have to hold each other accountable. Also, we want to see each other for many, many more years. And so I'm super excited to celebrate the second anniversary. I think it was last year. I called Stacey, like, what's going on with Southeast Queens Moves? Because I want to do something in Rockaway. And Lisa George is someone that from time to time I get to run on the boardwalk with or walk on the boardwalk. We haven't done it in a while, but I remember like calling her like, let's just do this in Rockaway. The hours that they're talking about, we can walk the boardwalk. And so I would like to get started back with that now that the weather is getting better, and have accountability partners too. As the borough president mentioned, it's good for your mental health, it's good for your physical health. And as Councilmember Adams said, need the water. And I know the partners that will speak will talk about the access to quality health food. So thank you so much, Dr. Grant. Thank you so much to all of the partners that are going to speak shortly for thinking enough of your community. It's not about oneself, but you're looking at the village and moving us forward and promoting a healthy lifestyle that will add years on to everyone's life at the end of the day. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be here and celebrate with you all, and have a great evening.
You have a great evening too, my councilwoman, Selvena Brooks Powers. I just love saying it. And, you know, kiss my baby for me. We're going to allow you to go and be mom and wife, because that's what our elected officials have to do. So we are grateful for that. And thank you so much for being here. We love you. All right. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. We're going to, okay, we had a little background noise there. Let me just double check where that's coming from. So we're going to introduce each and every one, and I'm going to unmute you one at a time. But just for those who have tuned in, this is the celebration of the second anniversary of SEQ Moves. What is SEQ Moves? It's a community initiative that we ask all of the residents in Southeast Queens to move a minimum of 30 minutes for 2 days during the week. Tuesdays and Thursdays. When we started out, we had a conference call line that we opened up so you can call in and get some inspiration and motivation. And that's what really bound us together as this organizing committee, because it's not about me, it's about collaboration. So our dietitian, Elizabeth Madison, joined in. Diana Rose, a sustainability expert and now founder of the Lordton Farmers Market. Retired Army Captain Nadira. They were on the line. King David, he would join in from New Jersey. We're like, you don't even live in Southeast Queens. He's like, it's all right. You got to move something. So shout out to King David. And those who would occasionally jump on and off, we wanted to just create a support system to start. That's the hardest part of any journey, is the first step. And we wanted to take that first step with the community and just ask you, when you move, tag us. Let us know that you moved. Tag your elected officials. And as you heard, we've had everyone here. Congressman Gregory Meeks, Queensborough President Donovan Richards. We had Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz. We had New York State Senator James Sanders, Assemblywoman Alicia Hyman, Assemblyman Clyde Vanell, Assemblyman Khalil Anderson, Councilman Idanique Miller, Councilwoman Adrienne Adams, and Councilwoman Selvena Brooks Powers, and also support from Assemblywoman Vivian Cook. So that's the whole crew from Southeast Queens that said yes to the initiative, said yes, we will help get the word out to our constituents on living a healthy life. So I am so grateful to each and every one of them for saying yes when we started the initiative. And, you know, as we've gone through, we're trying to figure out ways, how do we make sure we get into the community? How do we make sure we build this out? So one of our dreams from the inception was to create a Southeast Queens Moves directory. So that directory will include all of the health food stores, all of the health practitioners, all of the trainers, all of the exercise programs, like shout out to Girl Trek Queen, Simone Meeks. I walk with them. Our Faithpreneur Fitness that we do. We have Elizabeth Madison and Captain Brown that do our Tuesday challenge and our wellness spotlight. We have the farmers market and opening up other areas for farmers markets in Queens. So I put my dear friend, Dr. Eanes, on notice from York's College that we're looking for some interns. We're looking for some young people. This is a community effort that they can collaborate, help to pull that resource together so we can shine the light on our young people and bring in the Black Resource Network. Diana is going to make that connection so that we do it in collaboration. There's no competition that yields success. It's collaboration and how you expand and grow. So that's what Southeast Queens Moves is. It's an initiative. It's about community. How do we hold each other accountable? I gave you my story. I'm in rehab from chicken wings and Snicker bars, right? I wanted to watch other people work out and the weight fall off of me, but it don't work that way. You got to do something. So when you do it, what happens is the bad stuff falls off when you focus more on the good. So I'm going to give each of them the last couple of minutes of the show. We want to wrap up shortly, but they're going to speak about their contribution to SEQ Moves. I want to publicly thank them for hanging in there for 2 years, whether we had one person viewing and then someone catching the replay, or whether no one showed up on the call or not. They were like, we're committed. We're with you. We're going to make sure that we get the word out about healthy living. So I'm eternally grateful to these 3 women for being a part, and to King David was shouting you out. It's not just women. We got the brothers in there, and my own son. Let me shout him out. He's the one who came up with SEQ Moves, my baby, old man Jenkins, for those of you that watch me. Because when I thought about this, I'm a wordy person. So I was like, Southeast Queens gets healthy. He was like, Ma, SEQ Moves. I was like, oh, now that sounds good. Well, praise the Lord. I gave birth to brilliance. So that's the person I want to shout out for the title SEQ Moves, and all of you who have said yes. If you're tuning in, share this with somebody. One of my mentors and dear friends, Les Brown, said this years ago, and it's so true. Nothing tastes as good as health feels. I'll say that again. Nothing tastes as good as health feels. Make yourself a priority. Move just twice a week, 30 minutes. It won't kill you. And you will be better for it. And we thank you for participating. I'm coming over to Elizabeth Madison for comments next. So Elizabeth, over to you.
Good evening. Good evening. You know, it is such a blessing to be here. Thank you, Dr. Stacy. I am so moved. It has been an honor to be part of SEQ Moves. Thank you again. And it's been amazing to be part of this team. You know, Captain Brown, you're just the most amazing woman. You know, your challenges on Tuesday are just a little bit too, above my pay grade. All right. They are amazing, you know, and thank you for your commitment. You're out there doing it, and you just keep giving us inspiration and variety. And that is so important when it comes to moving your body, because we can get really bored quickly. All right. And you make it interesting and fun and exciting and motivating. And so just God bless you. And, you know, Diana, you know, look, you're my heart. I love you. I love you. You are just the most amazing woman. I am beyond blessed to be part of the Laurelton Farmers Market now. It's so expanded. And I just thank you for allowing me to be part of that, because, you know, Dr. Stacy, you know, my heart is with my community to empower them with information, evidence-based, real, credible information, especially during this pandemic. You know, Dr. Captain Adira, she has been on Tuesday mornings doing her exercise piece. And I've been on Thursday morning, 7 a.m., talking about health and nutrition every Thursday morning. And our whole goal is to empower you, to motivate you, to encourage you to get moving. Yes, exercise is 20 to 30% of health. Nutrition is 70 to 80%, but you need both. And the reality of it is exercise is so powerful. You simply cannot achieve optimal health without moving your body, period. You can be as healthy as you want to be, eat the right foods, but you have got to move your body. It is part of every single treatment, medical diagnosis, treatment plan. You cannot not do it. And we're not asking you to run a marathon. Just get moving outside, you know, and if you can't get moving outside, put on some video, dance around your living room, you know, whatever you need to do, put on some Earth, Wind, and Fire. I don't care. Get moving, move your body. You will simply, I tell folks, if you want to live longer, get moving and, you know, lay off the fried foods a bit and eat more fruits and veggies. Your body will say thank you. So I'm looking forward to the next 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 years of SEQ Moves and working with these amazing women. I want everybody to come to the farmers markets. And Diana, you know, you're going to talk more about that. But folks, we now have a centerpiece of resources of eating healthy, moving, and getting our community stronger. So I thank all of you. It's been an honor and a blessing.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth Madison. You are the resource in our community that so much has happened because of you. You've saved lives and changed the whole trajectory of families because you were able to do what God has given you to do to be a blessing. So it's an honor to work with you, and I'm just excited to have you. And thank you for the Thursday spotlights. You all have to catch the wellness spotlights. It's on our page, SEQ Moves. Just follow us here on Facebook or tag us on the Instagram. You have to tune in. The knowledge that she shares is just beyond. I mean, even my husband, who knows a lot, he heard her live at the farmer's market. He was like, wow, Elizabeth just really has a way with teaching and making you think differently about how you live. So kudos to you, my sister. Thank you so much. We love you. Captain Brown, we're coming over to you with the Tuesday challenges that have all of us like, Lord have mercy. Like she talking about squats and planks. I'm like, dear Jesus.
And burpees.
Woo, help me, Lord.
Hello, and thank you so much. Can you guys hear me pretty good? You can hear me? Okay, Dr. Stacey, I just want to say thank you so much. 35 weeks ago, today makes 35 weeks. You know how new moms say weeks forever, right? But 9 months, okay? So 9 months ago was when I started with the Tuesday challenges. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth Madison. You are clear, concise, direct, and you do it with love. You know, you give this information to us with love. So when you ask the question of sugar and addiction and you say, oh God, and when you say lay off the fried food, oh, you know, but you do it with love. And I'm so thankful for that. Dr. Stacey, your energy, of course, and everything that you are always looking to serve. And I'm so thankful for that because, I mean, even when we got on tonight, I said, man, maybe I should go put on my uniform. So, you know, this is my PT uniform. So this will help me gauge if I'm moving enough. Okay. So the minute I get on here and this is looking like this, I need y'all to come get me. Okay. Come. Come. Diana, you come, bring the jars of delight. You guys come and save me. Okay. But, and I know everybody, I just want to thank all of the councilmen and the elected officials for their support, everything that they said tonight. I mean, you know, Councilwoman Adams, I said, well, let me start drinking and let me do some stuff and all of that. So it was just so amazing. And I'm so thankful. And just one of the things that I want to say to everybody, and all of you have touched on it in some way, shape, or form, is a quote that I like, which is, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? So us getting better, us getting more healthy, us getting better at anything starts with one step, starts with one change, starts with one small thing. So we can definitely do those things. Elizabeth, when you talked about, hey, putting on some earth, wind, and fire, those have been some of my challenges as well. So I try to do things that, you know, are physically challenging for some people that may reach out to me and say, you know, I could do a little bit more than that. Some people I know that's training for this and that. But then also somebody may say, hey, well, I have rheumatoid arthritis, or I have back issues or something like that. So I'm thankful for each and every person. I also want to give a special shout out to the people that have lost weight, because then I found it. Okay. So stop saying you lost the weight. Start saying you released it. So that's what we're going to say now. We're going to change that word, weight release. Okay. So I just want to shout out the people that have said, hey, you know what? I was about to sit down and I saw one of your doggone videos and I moved or something like that. So I'm so thankful for that. And just thankful for everybody here. Diana Rose, I love you so much and miss you, of course. So thank you all for having me and welcoming me and just making me a part of it. I will be here with Elizabeth until 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, you know, however many years. And one last thing, is there any real estate agents? Because apparently I need to relocate to Southeast Queens. So so that's where I need to be at. I want to be on what boulevard did he say? I want to be on that
Francis
one too.
Lewis.
And I want right. So I want to do
Come
that.
on over.
Too.
Come on over. Thank you, Captain Brown.
So
We love
thank
you.
you all so much. All right.
You're
I love you too.
I love it. I love it. And we appreciate, I mean, those challenges are serious, but start where you are. You might not be able to plank for a whole minute. You know, I started planking with 5 seconds and now, you know, I'm doing a little something out in these streets. You have to start somewhere. And as you do it more, you get stronger. So we appreciate you. We're going to close out with comments from our other dear sister and my dear friend. I'm so proud of all that she's doing. What started with a vision, with wanting to make sure that we had healthy options in our community. Now it's the Laurelton Farmers Market. And we're so excited that she is here. Diana Rose, over to you, my love. Uh-oh, we're not hearing you. I know she's in the car. She's in the car trying to move and make sure she can get her audio open. All right. Well, I can speak for Diana until she can talk because we can't hear her yet. But Jars of Delight have also been healthy food options in our community. The farmers market is featuring local vendors that are giving of their time to be there and vend healthy food options. But there are also some clothes. There's some treats. There's information. Elizabeth has done seminars. That's the one I was referring to with my husband, just giving real live examples about what's happening on the inside of us. So Diana, we are so proud of you and the work that you're doing. There you go. Uh-oh.
There we go. You can hear me now?
We can't see you. We can hear you, but now we can't see you. Deliver it, Jesus. Deliver it.
Okay. Here we go. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it together. It's okay. We're gonna get it together. But I'm so excited to be a part of this movement. And as Clavinel said, it is truly a movement. And I mean, the inspiration, even from when we used to do the 6:30 calls, it was rough in the beginning, I ain't gonna lie. But after we got off the calls, it was just so, you just felt your whole entire day was set. And from that moment, it's just like, you know what, this is the place to be. This is the company to be in. And Dr. Stacy, I love you. I love you, love you, love you, love you. From the first met, it was like instant chemistry, such an inspiration. Elizabeth Madison, our board member for the Laurelton Farmers Market and the director of the Wellness Pavilion, y'all. She's bringing a wellness pavilion to the farmers market. And Captain Brown, oh my gosh, love at first sight. And if you move to SEQ, if you move to Southeast Queens, you know you move it on my block. I ain't gonna have it no other way. And but what I really want to say is one of the biggest things that touched me during the farmers market season last year is seeing you walk to market. That was so beautiful to me because that's just saying you're committed, and that's just really being a leader. And a lot of these movements happen, really get everybody together and lead the charge and walk to the market. I was shocked. I was like, you did what? And just to be able to you know, to just know that your whole heart, soul is committed. We all have to be committed and on board. And Captain Brown, I am gonna get back on board on Tuesdays. And I know it's rough. Sometimes I just scroll because I'm like, oh, this looks so hard. Oh, but I'm gonna get on board. Elizabeth, your education, you lead with education so beautifully and so effortlessly. And I mean, you are our Southeast Queens resident registered dietitian, and we love you and we appreciate the wealth of knowledge that you're bringing, and just happy to be amongst this beautiful company of just, you know, of doers and shakers and movers of the community. So looking forward. Opening day for the farmers market is May 12th. And if you can, everybody walk to the market. If you can, you know, walk to the market. Dr. Grant, we're hoping to have a beautiful opening and day, and perhaps incentivizing those who do walk to the market can be another way just to get the community moving. But again, just so happy to be amongst all of you movers and shakers. And it's going to be great. Happy 2-year anniversary. May the Lord continue to bless this endeavor and to bring his people together and to get us healthy.
Thank you so much. I love you, Dad, and you pushed through. So now you can come back and we can see your face to make sure as we close out that we can see you. I know you were on the road making that happen, and we appreciate that. And yes, my husband and I walked to the farmers market from Cambria to Laurelton, and you know, it's you get stronger the more you do it. So that's the message tonight. We move together as a community. I think our Congressman Meek said it best, you know, let's not just stay together, let's move together so that we can grow as a community. You have resources with people like Diana Rose and Captain Brown and Elizabeth Madison. So, you know, please, family, we look forward to the Black Resource Network. We're trying to see if we can get Diana's Facebook, but she's trying to get in. The Black Resource Network to partner with them as well, so that we are all collaboratively moving in the same direction. That's the cue that it's time to close down. We said an hour, but I appreciate everyone tuning in, sharing this out on your pages, inspiring someone. No one's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. So if we do the right thing a little bit every day, you get stronger, you do better, and you see the results. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for celebrating Southeast Queens Moves. Thank you for being a part of what we can do for our children's children, so they can see the example and that they can learn how to make sure that as our elected officials are fighting for the right things coming in our community, that they understand the voice that is necessary to make sure we have access to healthy food and options, and what people are putting money in our community. We have a say, and our elected officials are doing our bidding, whether it's in City Hall, whether it's upstate in Albany, and they need our input, but they also need our example. So thank you so much. God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening. Let's keep
I was
moving.
gonna get a picture of us.
Okay, get a picture. All right.
Let's
a picture
go.
for the gram.
Y'all ready? Okay, 1, 2.
You got to love this social media life that we're living and all this virtual stuff that we're doing. But we appreciate you all. Stay safe. COVID-19 has not disappeared. So continue to wear your mask, continue to be social distant when appropriate. Let's not get too excited because we're getting vaccinated that everything is over. Make sure that you're careful. When America gets a cold, people in our community catch pneumonia. And we saw that happen. So let's make sure we stay healthy. Let's move something. Tag us, SEQ Moves.
Right.
Tag us. Take care, everyone. And we'll be back with good news soon.